Okay, I'm in the game Pickleball 1, and I'm gonna do the process to calibrate the controller into the adapter. So this is the process. First, we're gonna go to paddle setting. The setting here, we're gonna select paddles, and from this window, you can pick any paddle you want. So right now, let me see. This is the paddle that I'm using. You can see how it's highlighted. Now I'm gonna click on paddle settings, and from here, when I'm pointing, you're gonna see the customize grip. You click that, and this window here will read the instruction in how you calibrate the adapter. For those who are using a Quest 2, you're gonna be familiar with a Quest 2 that will show on the paddle. But if you are using a Quest 3, it's the same thing. Do not feel confused because you see a adapter that is different on the paddle. This is the Quest 2, but it's the same thing if you are using a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S. So the process read: hold the trigger, hold the grip trigger to freeze the rack, right? I guess you can read all this step in here. Now, as you are reading this step, the adapter gonna move within the paddle, and the purpose is basically that you hold the adapter with the controller in the housing of the adapter installed. And my approach is you will hold your hand straight out, and what you want to make sure is that the controller in the adapter is in the same orientation. Okay, now the very first thing that you want to do is make sure that the controller in your hand, the adapter in your hand, the way that you are holding it with your hand straight out, that the paddle inside the game is doing the same thing. So if I put my adapter in this orientation horizontally, this is the orientation that you want the paddle in the game to also turn. The same thing if I turn the other way. You want the adapter in your hand that it reflect the orientation that you see in the game. And to accomplish that, you read the steps that are here. So again, if I have to read this, it will say hold the grip trigger to freeze the racket. And at that time, then the next step is move your hand to the desired position. What happened is this, and I'm gonna do this right now. However, this calibration is already completed, and if I show you this view, this is what your adapter with a controller in it have to look like. Okay, but I will show you what pressing this button will do. So again, hold the grip trigger, and holding the grip trigger, I will try this on my left controller, but if it doesn't work, I will do it on my right hand controller. The grip trigger is the one button that is by the side. Okay, so if I click my grip trigger with my left hand, let's see what happens. Nothing happened, nothing moved, so which means that the process have to be done with the right controller grip trigger, and the grip trigger is on the side. Look at my hand here, and if I press here, this is the grip trigger. So if I press that right now with a finger, I'm pressing it right now, look, the controller comes out. I can move the controller now. What I'm doing at this time, I have my finger on the grip trigger, my hand has the adapter and the controller, so whatever I do with my hand, that's what's happening. Now you can see how the paddle is freeze in the air on the shape or the stand that I want to match my adapter. So I will then put my hand out, okay, in the same form that the adapter on the game is, and then while I'm pressing the grip trigger, I will put the controller inside the adapter to reflect the orientation that my adapter is holding the controller. Once I have that, I can do this, I can do that, but I have to make it look the same as in the game. Then I will release the button, and now I can move the adapter again. Now you can see how the adapter is not centered. So what you have to do is repeat the process until the adapter is somewhere around here to maximize the tracking. But at the same time, you want to make sure that if you put your hand flat, horizontally, and you look at your hand in pass-through mode, you can see that the adapter in your hand have this same orientation. I will do this again now to maximize my tracking. I will move the controller again, hold the adapter in front of your face in this position, straight out. Press the side button with your left hand, and now you can move to the side and look with your headset. And now what I'm trying to do is duplicate what I'm holding in my hand, which is the adapter have to be more or less in the middle, the controller. I let go the button, and there is the controller in the middle. Now I'm looking at my adapter, I'm flipping it in my hand. The good thing is that you can tell by the grip of the handle when you are holding it horizontally facing down or vertically facing up. Okay, now you go hit some shots and see if calibration feels good. If you think that calibration is not well, like it's not hitting how you think, you still can come back in here and move the controller, press again the button again, and either move the controller down or up or back or front to maximize the center of contact when you hit the ball. My center of contact is right here. This is where I found it. Okay, I think it's a little high from the beginning, but I will draw with it. I will leave it this way and then hit some ball. If I feel something is off, I will come back to the game and repeat the step. Now the next thing it says on step 3, obviously, release the grip trigger to re-grip the racket. I just show you that. This is what you do. Step 2, you push the grip trigger to move the controller. Then you put the controller in place inside the adapter in the game or the paddle. And then step 3 is to release it when you think you have it properly aligned. So I released it. Now I can move the paddle and the controller. Then obviously at step 4, it says the new offset is automatically saved, and each time you come back into the game, then you're gonna get these settings. Okay, now when you are happy, say I'm happy what it is right now, click the trigger to exit. So now I want to exit, and to click the trigger to exit, you're gonna do it on the left hand controller, and the trigger is the button here on the above the thumb, the thumb in the front. So if I click on my left hand, the trigger button is the one by the index finger. I'm out of the settings, and I'm gonna go hit some shots to see if my calibration is good. So there we go. Let me go back here now to training. And I'm gonna say, okay, training here. I'm just gonna select any of this training process so I can show you the tracking. If the tracking is not feel good hitting the shots, you have to go back to settings and readjust the controller position. So I'm just gonna use freestyle and start the drill. So start drill. So this is my adapter. I'm turning my hand and you see how the paddle rotates because the adapter is in the hand. Okay, if I looked at my adapter now in pass-through mode, this is what my adapter look. And if I go back to the game, you see the paddle that is in the same flat horizontal orientation. If I go this way and I look back to my adapter, see the adapter is in this position as well. You see, now I'm gonna do some shots. See the green spot over there? That's where I gotta hit the ball. See? Again, right now all I'm trying to hit with this so you can see if what you do with your hand is what you see happening on the game, and if you feel that your form is proper and correct. Okay? If this doesn't feel like it's doing good tracking with your motions, you'll have to go back to the settings to adjust the controller and make sure that every move you make with the adapter in real life is what you see in the game. Okay? Hope this video helped you in doing the calibration on Pickleball 1. Thank you. LS for Life, out.